British Columbia, and I'm authorized by the owner of the property, which is the province of British Columbia, to advise you all that this is private property and you do not have the consent of the owner of the property to camp here. Therefore, I must ask you all to pack up all camping equipment and vacate the property of any camping equipment. All of your materials must be removed from the property because you do not have the consent to store materials here either. Does everybody understand what I've just said? Okay, thank you. The owner is the province of British Columbia, and I've been authorized on behalf of the province to advise you that this is private property. You do not have the consent to remain here as campers. Okay? Okay. Thank you very much.
Question? Would it have been appropriate to approach the owner and ask for permission? Is there a process to know how to do that? Things in the right way?
The property is owned by the province, and I've been authorized on behalf of the property owner to advise you that you do not have the consent to camp on this property.
I understand.
Therefore, again, you guys all must remove yourselves from this property, okay?
I understand.
Thank you very much.
Can you explain how it is that if this is owned by the province, that it's private?
Any of the officers tell me where we can go?
Anybody who holds title on a piece of property is the property owner, makes it private property.
Can we apply and put our names
all
on it?
official property, which is held by the province,
private property.
Private property?
In this, I'm talking about right here, right now.
Are you a lawyer?
So it's different for every piece of provincial land? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you about right here, right now.
We're trying to understand this law.
I'm telling you about right here, right now.
Where can we go so that we legally don't break the law then? Being homeless with property.
You know what? That's a responsibility of yours.
Yeah, we have to figure
But I'm asking you where we can go that won't break the law.
You guys are enforcing
where you can't go.
You guys are inhibiting our ability to even care for ourselves and care for one another.
I don't have answers for you.
So because you don't have an answer and nobody has an answer, all of these people don't have anywhere to go tonight. This city doesn't give them anywhere to go, and it takes away their ability to do it for themselves and to do it for each other.
And I know you can't. I appreciate your honesty. You can't.
Hello, sir. You come on the right time.
How are you?
Well, so far so good.
Oh, looks like
now we got all those
How are you?
ladies and gentlemen here. Did you ever met Mr. Johnston?
No, I do not. David. Ari, nice to meet you.
Mr. Johnston, it's quite a long story. It went last year, the whole summer, basically, right?
Started in 94. This
94.
January 94.
Yeah,
or not 94, 04, sorry.
I'm not always here.
2004.
You're trying to make a statement, right? That this should be...
He tried to make a statement that the homeless people got a legal right to settle down and sleep on public property. That's actually what it really is.
Essentially. And it's stemmed to be much more than that with the Crown's response.
Okay, but what we have to do, and he knows it, I told him, is, I mean, we talked to him before. We got no choice, we have to call the police.
Yeah.
There's nothing else I know to do.
No, that's just our job. That's nothing else we can do about that.
Well, we follow our inspirations.
Yeah.
I wonder if that fellow knows what a paladin is.
What is?
He's paladin security.
What's a paladin?
A paladin is essentially, I think, a righteous knight of God, sort of. Always does right.
So, guys, the cops will be here in full force. They must at the last resort to show up here.
Yeah.
So they're going to show up pretty soon, eh?
Well, that's a different question. I cannot tell you that. Sometimes they come right away, sometimes they take forever. I'll never know.
I have a funny feeling they'll get this one out of the way pretty fast.
Well, they know who you got. Yeah, thank you. They know who you are.
Yeah.
They know the
of course.
entourage.
I mean, you're on record with those guys.
Distinguished guests, will you please be upstanding for our honoured guest, the Minister of Advanced Education, Honourable Ida Chung.
What do you think about like just sleeping outside, like people having some legal right to sleep outside?
Well, again, that is something that would have to be determined by the authorities. That is something, as you can appreciate, that the cities have bylaws that they're empowered to put in place, and they will want to hear from their citizenry as to how to address that, how to deal with that.
I trust that there will be a judge or will be an edict of some sort saying that don't bother calling the police anymore if you see someone sleeping under a tree in a park, sleeping anywhere out of the way in public access. It's sleeping, and this insane property value spite bullshit is not justifiable.
It's private property.
This is private property? No, it's a government property. This is Ministry of...
After hours, it's private property. Off you go.
Can I talk to the owner?
No, this person is a representative of the owner. He's security. He's asking you guys to leave the property. So off you go.
Where can I talk to the owner?
Tomorrow during the day, you can talk to the owner.
What's the name of the owner?
You can come and ask tomorrow. Off you go. Off the property.
You got good argument. You have a wormhole.
Do I have a wormhole? Yes, I'd rather be there than here right now. So that's good. There's lots of shelters and places like that. You know that in Victoria. Off you go.
Okay, thank you.
They punish me to the full extent of the law because I'm very guilty.
This is David Johnston outside Victoria's courthouse this morning addressing supporters. The 32-year-old homeless man was in court today for breaching a probation order that forbid him from sleeping on the steps of St. Anne's Academy. Johnston is on a crusade, fighting for his right to sleep outdoors.
I guess you have a right to sleep. I guess the question is, do you have a right to sleep anywhere you choose to sleep?
Well, but is there any choice? What if you have no choice? As in, when the shelters are full and you don't have anywhere to live, I mean, you have to sleep outside somewhere.
It's a bit of a dilemma, isn't it?
Yeah, where do I sleep? Nowhere. That's the answer I've gotten so far. Police, MLA, wherever I've gone. So sorry, can't help you.
What's been your experience? Like you've been sleeping outside?
Yeah. Done
illegally?
A lot of sleeping. Is there any other way? Without money? Yeah. I've been kicked out of parks a few times. Lots of wake-ups. Usually the police or guards will say, sorry, I hate to do this, but it's my job. Somebody, got to make a buck. And that's generally people's excuse. Got to make a buck.
What is your respect for the law that treats you like this?
I can't follow it, and I can't not sleep.
It's one of the most natural things that humans do, and yet the government is taking that ability away from a lot of people by saying, no, you can't sleep outside, and pretty much hassling anybody who does.
Can I see your lawyer's degree?
I'm a concerned citizen and I'm bearing witness.
Perfect. We'll bear witness. Keep it going. Keep walking. Let's go.
I'm walking. I'm talking to you.
Well, walk and talk at the same time. Let's go.
Why don't you let us stay here?
Why don't you talk?
Because the people that own the place don't want you here.
The people that own the place, sir, is the government of British Columbia.
Excuse me, are you a witness or are you a protestant?
I'm just explaining that the people who own the building are the government of this province.
Apparently you've got more interest than just being a witness.
I'm a concerned citizen of British Columbia, and I'm informing the audience that this government is owned by the citizens of British Columbia, which we are of. Sir.
Perfect.
Thank you.
How many times have they arrested you?
I've been in cells 20 times in a 2-month period. That's just in cell and released in the morning.